I'll get that to you. Unless there's, since you need that as an exhibit up with you, or you kind of, you just left it there. I'll get it. Next.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Texas County Deputy Rowdy Douglas.
You swear affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
May I inquire, Your Honor? You may. Thank you. Good morning, sir. As you've heard, and you have a face mask, or you have a shield on, I have a face mask. If there's any issues, let me know. You can move that microphone as well so we can communicate better with one another, all right? What is your name?
Rowdy Douglas.
And what do you do for a living, Mr. Douglas?
I'm the Chief Deputy for the Texas County Sheriff's Department.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
14 years.
And prior to your roles in the Sheriff's Department, what did you do?
I was a detective for a couple of years. And before that, I worked for the South Central Drug Task Force and Houston Police Department.
So you have different roles with different departments, correct?
Yes.
And you said at one point you were the detective with Texas County Sheriff's Department, is that correct?
Yes.
Does that position still exist?
Not right now. No.
And has the number of people at the Sheriff's Department increased greatly or changed, decreased?
No.
It's just a matter of labeling, correct?
Yes.
Why did you leave Texas County Sheriff's Department?
Issues with the previous administration.
And then the prior time when you went to Houston?
Yeah, I just left for better pay at that time.
Better pay. Okay. You were never reprimanded or in trouble?
No.
And how many deputies are with Texas County Sheriff's Department in 2017?
I believe we had 10 road deputies and 3 bailiffs.
And part of those roles, court and security?
Yeah.
And security of the jail?
Yeah.
Taking calls?
Yes.
How big is Texas County?
I can't remember how many square miles.
Largest in the state?
It is.
Geographically at least?
Yes.
So getting from end to end of the county, how big, how long does that take you?
It could take about an hour.
Yeah. So in 2017, you said you were a detective, is that correct?
Yes.
What were your duties, your primary duties?
Investigate the major crimes, assaults, homicides, sex crimes. I also help some of the guys with burglaries and thefts.
At any point were you sitting around twiddling your thumbs? Meaning, did you not have a lot of work to do?
No, I always had something to do.
A significant amount or just 1 or 2 cases?
Usually enough to keep me busy.
Okay. In September 2017, did you investigate a missing person?
Yes.
And who was that?
Joseph Steinfeld.
Joey for short?
Joey.
Okay. When did you become aware he was missing?
I believe the first time I was aware of it was around September 14th.
And how did you become aware of that?
I spoke with his sister actually, Roswell, over the phone.
Okay. And did you speak to anyone in person on the 14th?
No.
Were you investigating other crimes at that time?
Yes.
And did you continue to investigate other crimes as well?
Yes.
Even though you got a missing person?
Yes.
What immediate actions did you take after you were told Joey was missing?
When I got off the phone with Ashley, I went out to Narrowburg Road to Briana Calderas' residence.
And how did you know to go there?
I believe Ashley told me that he was dating Briana, and that was the last person that they knew he was around.
Did you find anyone?
I did not.
So what'd you do?
I believe I called Briana's phone and didn't get an answer, so I left the residence.
Did you knock on a neighboring residence though?
Oh yes, there's 2 residences in close proximity to each other, and I went and spoke with the individual that was outside, and he told me that he was Briana's father.
And what did he say about her location?
I don't recall what he said.
How about anyone else?
I asked him if there's a male subject that lived there, and he said that he thought she lived alone.
Okay. Now, what happens after that? What do you do on the investigation after that?
At that point, we really didn't have any other leads.
So, when is the next time you're active on this case?
September 20th.
And have you received any new information between the 14th when you went to the Marlborough Road and the 20th?
Travis Davis, he had told me that he had spoken with the family.
Okay, so now you had some additional people you went to talk to, correct? Or the same people?
So
Did you have new people or the same people you wanted to talk to?
on the 20th, I talked to family members.
Okay. And then did you, based on their communications, go talk to some other people, interview some people?
Yes.
And who were those individuals?
They were Andrew Vrba, Isis Schauer.
And where did you make contact with them?
The house in Houston on Chestnut Street.
Okay. And then what did you ask them? Did you discuss what was going on there? Did you bring them back to the department?
Yeah, we told them that we were trying to find out where Joseph was, and asked if they would come back to the sheriff's department and do interviews.
And did they come to the sheriff's department?
They did.
And you set them in individual rooms,
Yes.
separated so they couldn't hear and see each other, right?
Right.
And the person, one of the people that you interviewed that day, is he present in the courtroom?
Yes.
And can you identify him and what's his name?
His name's Andrew Vrba. He's sitting between two of his counsel, and he looks like a black coat.
Okay. And at the end of the communications with him, this is the person you charged with some crimes, correct?
Right.
Or and wrote probable cause.
Yes.
So you conducted an interview with him, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness? You may. Jackson, I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff with you, so I'm going to leave them and I'll come back and we'll talk about them. Exhibit 27. Should be 1 through 24. Detective, I give you what's labeled as State's Exhibit 27. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And what is that?
It's a waiver of rights form from the Texas County Sheriff's Department.
Do you use that form often?
Yes.
And what is it, the waiver of rights, when you refer to? What are they commonly known as?
The Miranda.
And how do you go over those with the individual you're talking to?
We read them to them and then have them initial beside it, stating that they understand.
So it's in front of them as you're reading it, and they initial and then sign.
Yes.
And did Mr. Vrba, the defendant in this case, sign that waiver of rights form?
He did.
Is that a true and accurate copy in front of you, State's Exhibit 27?
Yes.
The state offers State's Exhibit 27 and asks that it be admitted to evidence.
Without objection, Your Honor.
Be admitted. All right, and now we're going to go through this next period. When you spoke to Joey, this is the first time, the defendant, this is, what day is this? September 20th,
Yes.
2017?
Yes.
About right time, do you recall?
I know.
2 in the afternoon, give or take?
Sounds
Is
right.
it on the form?
It probably is, yes. Yes, it says 209.
Okay. What were you speaking to him about?
The disappearance of Mr. Steinfeld.
Is this room recorded, audio and visually?
It is.
And was there anyone else besides you and the defendant present?
Yes.
Who else was present?
Travis Davis.
Have you reviewed that first recording, the video?
I watched it a few times.
And were you present the entire time, or is there a period of time you came and went?
There's a period of time when I came and went.
Okay, and the entirety of the recording, is it true and accurate of what you were aware of and what happened?
Yes.
approach you on it?
You may.
I'm showing you States Exhibit 30 and 31. Can you identify States Exhibit 30?
Looks like a recording of Mr. Vrba's interview.
And did you initial that recording?
Yes.
Have you watched it? Is it true and accurate with that first interview with the defendant?
Yeah.
Done on September 20th, 2017?
Yes.
Now, there's also a transcript, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's States Exhibit 31. Have you read that transcript?
I have.
Do you contest anything in it?
No.
Now, the state offers Exhibits 30 and 31 and asks them to be admitted to evidence.
Your Honor, there's no objection to either, as long as we're under understanding that transcripts, that's not an official court reporter. If there's any error, of course, the tape is the primary evidence.
I agree, but there's no objection. But I'll admit 30 and 31 into that condition.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, at this time, the state requests to publish State's Exhibit 30, and then the state will speak with the defendant or the witness. Okay.
How long is this interview?
It's an hour and change, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's about an hour and 43 minutes.
Oh, okay.
If you want to take a break or you want to wait,
Do you think we ought to do lunch now and come back at 12:40 and then play the whole thing versus break it in the middle?
no objection by the state, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go ahead and break for lunch and then we'll be back.
Deputy Douglas, we took a break. You're still under oath. Do you recall that? Do you
Yeah.
understand that? On the screen, I have at least the beginning of a video, State's Exhibit 30. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, we're about to play that. Sorry. Deputy Douglas, we took a break. You're still under oath. Do you recall that? Do you
Yeah.
understand that? On the screen, I have just for the court, I've offered a copy of transcript for this interview number 1, which has been admitted as State's Exhibit 31. Defense counsel took a copy, Your Honor. If I may, if you wish to have a copy, please approach. Thank you, Your Honor. Deputy Douglas, just so you're aware, I'm going to play this in its entirety, and then we'll stop and talk about a few points, okay?
Okay.
How you doing? Good. All right, been in there?
Isis. Okay? First thing you need to do is read your rights.
Okay.
That doesn't count for this. Just for us to talk to you,
All right.
we like to go through all the steps and make sure you understand your rights, okay?
Okay.
So what we're asking you to do is not read it, you initial that, okay?
Okay.
If you understand, if you have any questions, just ask me.
All right.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney for advice before asking questions, and to have an attorney with you during questioning. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took me a while, sorry.
So, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without an attorney present, you will still have the right to stop answering any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time until you talk to an attorney. Do you understand your rights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, it just says, do you understand your rights? I want you to sign it, date it, time, all that good stuff.
Okay.
The date is the 20th, 9/20.
20th. Oh, I know what you mean. Month is 9.
Yeah. Time is 2:09 p.m. And place you can put TCSO for Texas County Sheriff's Office.
SO?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, now this next part is the waiver of rights. Really, in a nutshell, what it is just saying that you want to speak with us. That's not saying that you can't stop at any time, or if you have a question, stop, ask me, and we'll get through it. Okay?
Okay.
Having read the statement of my rights and understand them, I am willing to speak to you and answer questions. I do not want an attorney at this time. I understand what I'm doing. No promises or threats have been made to me. No pressure or force of any kind has been used against me. I am however many years old you are. And I attended school to the, what grade? And I'm employed by,
Unemployed, just put that?
yeah.
Okay.
And I can read and understand the English language. Okay, once you put the place again,
Okay.
and date again, it's 2:10 p.m. And once you sign it. And so it's witnesses. All right, I mean, you know why we're here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think we're here?
Because you want to question me on the disappearance of Joseph.
Exactly. So what can you tell me? Now keep in mind, we just got done talking to your girlfriend for about an hour.
Oh.
So, time to tell the truth on what happened.
I'm just gonna come forth and say it. I had no choice. I killed him.
Where's he at?
I burned him in the backyard.
What happened?
He threatened to kill my baby, grandmother, her grandmother, Isis's grandmother, Briana's children, and he's raped Briana in front of me.
When did this happen?
Third. Wait, the raping or the, when I,
Or just start from the beginning, I mean, and tell me. So we
I
can
don't know
figure
when
this out.
I don't know when he started doing it. From what she told us, it was like 2 days before she had to go to the hospital because she couldn't stop bleeding.
So were you present when this happened? The rape?
Not the first one. Not the one that
Not because of the understanding that they only known each other for about a
Mhm.
week.
Exactly.
So did it start then?
Wait, they didn't know each other for a week. They've known each other for a while and stuff like that.
Okay, I meant dating.
Yes, dating a week. Okay.
So what did she tell you? What?
She wasn't told to tell us. Joey threatened to hurt her or her children. And so it started after they came back from her house on Malberg, and she drove home to where we were, and she was hurting. She didn't tell us what, and Joey was talking to her, basically took her to the car, and from what I could understand was telling her not to say anything, or he'd hurt her kids. Or he'd hurt her kids.
So tell me what you witnessed. Okay, let me back up. On the 3rd of September, is that when you killed him?
Yes.
What led up to that right before? What made you kill him?
He gave me no choice.
Explain to me.
Okay.
To try to justify your actions,
Right.
I want you to explain to me, okay? For you to take somebody else's life, it has to be pretty good justification.
I didn't want to, trust me, but it was in the afternoon. I heard Al coming from the bedroom. He was on top of her. I walked out. I didn't believe what I was saying because we've been friends for a year, like a year. Me and Joey.
It was in a bedroom?
Bedroom.
Back bedroom in the trailer?
That bedroom was a trailer with the bathroom in it.
Okay. You walk in there, you hear Al?
I heard Al and then a polite stop. I walk in there and he's on top of her. I close the door. I don't know what to do. I'm startled. I've never seen him do anything like that. Me and him have been friends for like a year. I would never imagine him to do that. So I walk back and I'm like, you get the fuck off of her right now. And he's like, what am I doing wrong? We're just having sex. And I knew he had mental issues.
Mm-hmm.
So as a friend, I'm like, well, just come play video games. I think she went to work that time. She went to work, yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. And she came back, me and him were still being friends and stuff. I had no intent on hurting him.
Did you guys get in a fight?
Toward the end, yes, I'll tell you that in a minute.
Sorry.
But, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's been engraved in my conscience for a while.
I understand.
I feel bad.
Something like that does. I just want you to tell me everything that happened, okay? And we'll try to help you.
Okay.
Try to help you
He
get through this.
got into alcohol
That day?
that day.
Okay.
And that's when he started bringing up stuff about hurting her kids, killing them, or getting someone to kill them. I don't know who.
Who was he saying that to?
To me.
Be vague, or be descriptive, I mean.
He was saying this to me. Briana was gone at this time. This is when they went to the
What was
hospital.
he saying about the kids and her?
He was saying about he just wants to hurt them. He just wants her for her body, essentially. He doesn't care about the kids. He wants to make kids with her. Stuff like that. And he called them his kids and stuff. Like, he really looked like he cared about them and stuff.
And this is after, what, a week?
Yeah.
Just one second.
Okay.
I'm gonna step out. It's nothing.
All right.
Okay, I'll step right back in, okay?
It's fine.
You can continue with him if you want.
All right.
All right. When did she first say about rape? That she'd been raped, right?
What?
When did Briana first tell you that she was raped? Because you said you didn't see the first rape, right?
I just see the first one. I've seen the one the recorded one that I think is the second one.
Okay. When did you know that she'd been raped prior to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she told us, she took us to Walmart.
Did you confront anybody?
Confront him? No.
You never confronted him?
Because I didn't believe it.
Okay.
Because she's older than him, he's younger. He was 17 at the time, even at 17 at the time when I killed him. So.
Okay. When did you realize she was going to kill him?
He honestly gave me no choice. He was saying stuff about killing my family, killing Isis or the kids.
Was there anyone else present when he was telling you this?
No. It was just me and him. He got into
Did
alcohol.
he come at you with something?
Yes.
What did he come at you with?
The same knife I used on him.
Okay. So you overpowered him, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through that incident.
He was stumbling, like he was really, really drunk. He was laughing and stuff and crying, very mixed emotional, because he has like multiple personalities or something like
Have you been
that.
diagnosed with anything like that you know?
And I know of no. I know he had that big paperwork that I gave the police on when he was in that institution, so there might be something in there. But what happened was, he stumbled at me, telling me all this stuff. He's like, if you want, I could punch her, get rid of that bastard, my kid, which made me extremely angry. Then he was saying about popping pills into grandma's drinks and stuff like that. I just couldn't handle it. And so then I noticed, and he starts ripping up all this stuff, breaking her pictures.
How long did this happen, where he was telling you, stomping around?
It was 15 minutes prior to 15 minutes prior to when I killed him.
Okay. Where was the knife at? Did he have it in him the whole time, or?
Not the whole time. He got it from the there's a rack where she had these carving knives, like these teethed ones.
Is that still there?
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
You don't remember what you did with it afterwards? Okay.
I think I might have kept it in him. I didn't want to take it out because I couldn't believe that I did it.
Right. So, okay, let's get to the point where we're just at when he was walking in.
Okay.
He was tearing stuff up and telling you that he was going to kill you and threatening to kill the bastard child and all this.
No, he didn't threaten me.
He didn't.
Not yet until he got the knife.
Okay.
Because he knew I
He could punch her and
get rid of my child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
And what happens is, you want me to continue where it led to when I killed him?
Just the whole time.
Okay. And she goes, I'm just going to start so you can hear it. She goes to the hospital. Me and him are being all buddy-buddy, stuff like that. And we were there to clean up the house. We really were, because the house was a mess, so we could move her in or we could move in there. We didn't know which at first. And so what happened is she leaves to go to the hospital because she's hurt. I am cleaning house, he's cleaning house, and then he gets into the alcohol.
What type of alcohol was he drinking? Beer, whiskey, liquor?
It was a mix of everything. I think there was like 2 Bush beers, like a tall blue glass of like vodka or whiskey. I don't know what it was.
Do you know how much was in it before he started?
It was a full glass
Okay.
of whatever the alcohol was.
A glass, or was it in the bottle? Yeah.
It was the glass.
So he made you a glass of. Okay.
It was probably a mixed drink, most likely, because there was 2 bottles opened with alcohol missing from it.
Okay.
And so we're cleaning house, and that's when he starts thinking that she's going to tell on him. So he's ripping all her stuff up, and that's when he starts telling me what he's going to do to my family if he wants me to do it, because we're friends and stuff. And he's saying as a buddy, which made me even more sick to my stomach, that, yeah, I'll kill your kid for you, in other words. That's what he basically told me, all nonchalant. So he got the knife, basically, and he's sitting there, and I'm like, I have to go. I can't do this. You need to sit down, leave, or something. Get the fuck out of my face. I tell him, I don't like cussing. I'm not an angry person. But this is what I'm telling him. And he's drunk, and he's getting this knife. And he starts waving it out and being like this. I'm in the kitchen, and I start walking in front of him, and I'm like, you need to calm down, or I will hurt you. So we're in the living room when this happens. He goes to not really swing, but he kind of like this, and I take it and I stab it into him with his hand on it. My hand's on it too, if you ever do find the knife, but I took it and I put it in his stomach.
Okay.
So, how were you able to grab a swinging knife and then turn it around on a guy instead?
My uncle, he was a wrestler, and ever since I've been younger, he's teaching me how self-defense, stuff like that. I've never been in a like big fight or anything, but I know what to do to defend myself.
Did you take the knife and stab him?
Did I
Did he even have a knife?
Yes, he had the knife.
Carry on.
But like I was saying, he was swinging at me and
That's the
stuff.
hardest thing to do. You know what I mean?
I know.
Grab a knife in mid-swing and then turn it.
I didn't really. I grabbed the arm. I went for the knife though. I went for the knife and I grabbed the arm and stuff like that. There's the cut. It's not anything major or anything.
Almost like violent.
Because the knife's kind of dull. Okay. Because the knife's kind of dull. So, like I was saying, when he went to swing at me like this, all haphazardly, so it wasn't fast.
Can you describe that in detail?
It has yellow wood handling,
No one would handle.
and it's kind of teeth, like it has the teeth.
Serrated.
Yeah, where you could carve it, and I think it was double pointed at the front, the tip of the knife.
Have you ever seen this knife before?
Never paid attention to it, no.
Okay, how many times did you stab him?
Twice.
So you, with his hand on it, you stab him?
The first one was his hand on it, and the second one was out of anger because I didn't want him to fight back.
So it was out of anger.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show on me?
Where I stabbed him the first time. Okay,
I'm just going to kind of walk around here. Does this have a number?
Yes.
Okay, show me.
Right here, in the stomach.
Okay. Is he right-handed or left-handed? Tell us you're left-handed.
Right-handed. I am left-handed. Yes, I am left-handed.
Okay. So he swings at you. You catch it, and then you turn it,
As fast as I could.
and just stab it.
Uh-huh.
And then you pull it out like that.
Yeah. And then he dropped it, and I picked it back. I know it sounds bad. I picked it back up. I had to make sure because I didn't want him to.
Now, after the first time you stabbed him, did you guys go to the ground, or did you stand outside?
He went to the ground.
Okay, did you how did you get on? Did you get on top of anything?
Yes. There was blood on my pants. Not this pair of pants. I burnt the pants with the body.
Where's the burn pit? Is that where the burn marks are in front of your hand?
Knife mark?
To me, it was like burn marks. I said
It's not a burn though, but yeah.
To me, it was like burn.
I know.
Where's the burn pit?
The burn pile is in the backyard.
By the trailer house.
By the trailer house, yes.
Trailer house. Okay. I'm just saying. Now listen. It doesn't make it any different. Okay. Was he just threatening you, and you picked up the knife and stabbed him?
Mm-mm.
Because it's hard for me to believe that he's going to swipe it at you, and you're going to catch it and turn it like in the movies and stab him. So tell me the truth.
That's what I did though. He swung it at me and I grabbed him by the arm.
Let me ask you this. Did he drop the knife and then you picked it up and stabbed him twice?
No, he dropped it after I stabbed him and went to take it, and he went to take it out with his hand and stuff. Because he may not look like much, he's a really skinny person, but he's pretty strong. He's helped me lift like a sofa and stuff like that.
I mean, I can understand maybe like a badass Marine or something, or
No.
special forces
No.
guy doing that,
No.
but me and you, I don't see that happen. So just tell me the truth, okay? Were you both drinking?
Were we
You
both
pissed off
drinking?
about his lifestyle
No.
and things he was saying about your children?
He was the one drinking.
Did you not drink?
Mm-mm. I touched a beer, not enough to get me drunk, I can tell you that.
High?
Huh?
Were you high? Have you been smoking?
No.
No?
He smoked marijuana and I smoked with him, and I know you guys are probably gonna,
Think to yourself.
I know.
Yeah, but
We've smoked together as friends and stuff, but that night, no.
you weren't.
Mm-mm.
You said night. When did it actually, do you remember the time that it
The
actually happened?
murder probably took place around 8 or 9.
The murder took place at 8 or 9? That's September 3rd. At 8 or 9 at night?
Night, yes, sir. It was a long time.
And when they had been are you sure they were at the hospital?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, was Briana texting him?
Probably.
Was you sitting and messing with his phone?
Was I messing with his phone?
No, was he messing with his phone?
He had it on him. I'm pretty sure he did. He always has his
Have you
phone.
never seen
Texting?
Yeah.
No. Not while he was going through the house having a rampage and a hissy fit.
Still having a hard time believing that he swung at it and he grabbed it and then stabbed him.
I don't know.
Did that really help him down?
Kind of. Like, he did swing it at me and stuff like
I
that.
understand that, and if that's what he did, that's great. But the whole him swinging it and then you grabbing it like in the movies, that shit doesn't happen. So tell me what happened. Did you pick up the knife after he put it down? Or did you grab your own knife? Or did you have your own knife?
No, it was the same knife.
Okay.
Like I was saying, he was swinging it around and stuff.
Okay, did he set it down? Did you guys fight?
I think we probably fought over it. I was
You would know.
enraged and
I would know. What happened? Tell me what happened. I'm trying to understand.
Environment mind what happened.
Right. It's gonna feel a lot better getting it off your chest. I'm trying to help you out here, but you gotta tell me the truth, okay?
he swung it at me, and then he went to put it down on the kitchen near the sink, the counter, and it was towards the edge near the bottles of alcohol.
And you picked it up and stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why didn't you just leave? Did you want to kill him? Be honest with me.
For a person who was getting threatened and knowing that he could probably hurt her kids, because the kids had bruises on them. Racker had a bruise on his forehead.
But did he do that?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you report any of that?
Brianna didn't want us to report it.
Did you see it?
She was afraid.
Did you see it?
The beating? No.
Just what Brianna told you.
No, from what the kids told us.
The kids told you.
Because Devonna lied to us and she said it was on the swing. There's no swing set near that house.
So, he set it down, and instead of you leaving, you wanted to kill him.
Yes.
He pissed you off, and you thought he hurt them kids, so you wanted to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Had you thought about doing it?
No.
This is just kind of what happened.
This was it's either this or you give him the chance and he will hurt your family. Because he's going to think you're calling the cops on him.
So you went over to the countertop, picked it up, then what happened? Did
And
he try to get away from you?
did he?
Yeah. Did he try to run from you, or did you have him cornered, or? If I see you guys.
It was in the living room. It was right there in front of the couch.
Did he bleed a lot?
Little bit, yes. It was in the stomach. It was still in the area where I told you, and it was twice.
You only stabbed you twice.
Only twice. And then I backed away, and I had to go vomit.
What was he saying? He saying, help me, help me?
At this point, he knew that he did it wrong, and he was saying he was sorry.
Okay. What were you saying?
Basically the same thing. I told you, you made me do this.
Okay. Here's the version two.
We all know going on.
Right.
So I feel so guilty.
I understand. Now, after you stabbed him, how long did it take him before he was dead?
Before he was dead?
Was he still alive when you burned him?
Well, no, not when I burned him.
How long do you think before he was dead? Good minute?
Good 2-3 minutes.
Did you ever think about calling the hospital, calling an ambulance,
No.
calling the police?
No.
Okay.
Because at this point, I knew that if I were to call him and stuff, I'd get in trouble. I know I'm already in trouble at this point,
Well,
but I have to say it.
it's gonna do a lot better before you get it off.
Who else you running? I mean, you guys you're running, that's something
I know.
This is the sheriff.
I did get help
From Brianna. We know you did.
from Brianna.
So Brianna helped you burn him.
Mm-hmm. She didn't want to do it and stuff, and I told her to help me.
Right.
Because she made me do it, basically. Because he was hurting her and stuff, and I didn't want to hurt him. Me and him have been friends for a year.
So, did you guys talk about this prior to it happening?
The killing? No.
She asked you to kill him.
She did, didn't she?
You trying to cover for her, man.
I know. She did ask me.
When?
It was when she went to the hospital.
Did you guys come up with a plan how you're gonna do that?
Mm-mm. I didn't think of it or anything like
But
that.
before she went to the hospital, she asked you to kill him. Do you remember what her exact words were?
She said something between the lines of make it painless and quick and thank you, basically. That's what she told me.
Okay. So,
Yes, she was. I didn't want her to do anything. I didn't even want her there. I got pissed at Briana.
Did she help you?
Isis? I didn't want her to.
But she did.
Mm-hmm.
What did she do? She just helped you burn the body? She helped you move them?
She didn't help me move him. She wouldn't even touch him.
Okay, so what was her active part in it? Moved over behind?
No, it's Isis. Isis. They went and bought from the Walmart in Houston, or I don't know which Walmart. I was at the house just trying to collect myself.
Okay. What did they buy?
They bought camping supplies, and they bought gasoline and that burnable gel stuff.
Yeah, pretty stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what you used to burn you?
Mm-hmm. That and his stuff.
So, who helped you carry him out there?
They bought rope, and I tied him up and stuff like that. Briana kind of helped. She only helped when we got him onto the grass. But I drug him through the house.
What time do you think this all went down when you burned him?
When we burnt him, it was late.
So
probably like
after midnight?
Yes.
So this would have been on the 4th, right? So you pretty much dragged him, or drug him with the rope through the house?
Yeah.
And then when you got him out on the grass. Tell me about, is that her dad that lives right there, mom and dad that live right there by her?
Yes.
Did they help?
No.
They don't know
They don't
anything
even
about
know
it?
anything about it.
Okay.
Because
they were very strange when we talked to them about it.
I don't like that family.
Did they not come outside when they see the lights?
No, because they usually sleep a lot or watch.
Was it like right by the trailer house?
Yes, right by the trailer.
Or did you like a little fire pit or?
Barrel? No, there was no barrel. It was just on the ground.
Is his body still laying out there?
No,
You completely burned it.
most of it.
What did you do with the rest of it then?
We put it in a bag. I did. I put it in a bag. I used gloves. And I took the bag and I put it in this like bent over chicken coop
Out there with the problem?
on the property. It's literally right there, like 6, 7 feet.
On that property or is it across the fence on the other neighbor's property?
No, it's 6 or 7 feet, like towards where those dogs are.
Okay, so she wanted you to kill him because of the kids, not because of the supposed rape. Right.
Most likely. I honestly,
Was there even a rape?
yes, there was a rape.
Or do you think they were just having sex?
It was rape. There was no ifs, ands, or about it. She did not, it was not consensual when I walked in there.
Well, earlier you said you heard an owl and a flight. No, you used the word flight. You did.
I know, but he did rape her, sir. I'm not even kidding with you on that. He was on top of her and he was raping her.
Have you walked in and having sex before?
No,
Have you heard of him having sex in the next room?
no. Because I've never,
You got buddies, you guys talk about stuff
I know.
like that. Do you know his preferences in sex? Everybody's got their,
he's weird.
everybody's got their little niche, you know?
Yeah, he's
Do you know
pretty
his,
weird.
what's his, describe,
He likes to call
calling
them
genders, so he's weird.
I know. He likes to, when women call, when he called them daddy, something like that. That's about, it's pretty
Normal,
normal.
is that pretty weird?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear her call him daddy?
She thought it was weird.
Okay, she went into it.
No.
What else did he like?
He'd always talk about anal, which hence the forcing her to do anal without any lubricant or anything like that.
Did you see, were you in a position to see if he was,
No.
okay.
It was
just said
just-
they were,
He had his pants on, but they're near his legs, like right there
was
on
she
his
fully
side.
nude?
She was mostly nude.
So,
She just had a shirt on, I think.
not to jump around, but
Okay.
I have to believe at this point in time that you plan or then wait till the right moment for at least 2 or 3 days before you kill him.
I did.
Okay. So how long have you planned? I mean, what was your original thing? No plans for first contact. I think that all the time. Every time I do it, enact my plan, it goes to shit. I mean, I have to improvise.
Oh, this one didn't.
So what was your original plan?
My original plan was honestly just to beat him up, maybe break an arm or two, and then send him out,
Okay.
and then call the cops on him.
Well,
Even though I would have gotten into trouble.
Briana wanted you to kill him then?
This was a little bit after.
You weren't telling her, or you weren't agreeing with her that you were going to kill him for it?
No, not at first.
No, for sure. Okay.
Until he started acting weird and stuff, and I saw him on top of her, raping her, and I said, yes, I will do it. I didn't want to do it.
How did she want you to do it?
Painless. And
How did you
clean.
want to do it?
I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
But
What was your
my
thing?
method was probably poison. Give him another drink and put some pills in it.
Did you have any pills to do that? Any rat poison pills?
Diarrhea pills, like constipation, so now.
What had you looked around the house nonchalantly and found that you were going to use?
Those pills, they were the closest. They were on the nightstand near the chair.
How long have you thought about doing this?
It was at this point probably 2 to 3 hours. So. But I didn't have the idea to use the knife at all. I didn't want to make blood or.
Did you burn the knife also?
Burn the knife? Probably. It's probably still in there. I haven't had the chance to look. I just took the bones.
Was there any questions for what's on the
The rib, like part of the rib cage, but I think coyotes ate it, something like that. But
after the body burn, how long was it before you gathered up the rest of the parts and hit it?
Probably a day after.
Okay. So he laid out there for a day or so?
He was burning a day or so. Like it took throwing stuff. Yeah.
Did you sell
Trash.
As I said, there's still like some wood
Uh-huh.
or trash or something?
Wood pallets that you use to move crates. The pallets that you use to move a crate, I used a bunch of those. They were really heavy. I did need help with those.
Who helped you with those?
Briana.
Was there anybody else involved besides you, Isis, and Briana?
There was this idiot,
Who was that?
JT.
What did he do? What was his part in it?
Not much. He basically, we just got him and he did nothing. He just sat on his ass, basically. So I was taking all the.
And watched you guys do what? Burning?
We-
He knew what the fuck was going on and okay. So
Pretty sure.
So he's just as guilty as
He's just as guilty.
What's his name?
That's all I know is JT.
Where's he from? Where'd you pick him up?
Lebanon, I think. He's not the brightest. He's like a big liar or stuff like that. Supposedly in the military and.
Okay. So up until this point, you were friends with Julie?
Mm-hmm. Best friends.
Best friends.
Yeah.
So you thought he was a pretty good guy.
I still think he is. I just thought he had. At this point, when finding out that he had mental issues, at this point, I feel bad because he didn't know any better. I honestly could have just called the cops and he would have probably confessed.
Would have been a lot there in the county.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
18?
You ever had thoughts about killing anybody before?
No.
What the fuck?
I don't.
What happened? Did Briana talk you into this pretty much, or?
No.
You just said, fuck it, I'm done with you, kill him.
Because he gave me the incentive that he was going to harm my family. He's already harmed her and then her kids. Why wouldn't he do it to mine? Mine's not even here yet.
So how can you harm your family? You talking about your unborn child?
Yeah, hitting her in the stomach. Just flat out punching her in the stomach, make them look like an accident.
You don't know who knows JT?
I don't.
Who's friends with him? Briana?
Briana.
So why'd you guys go get him if he didn't do anything?
He didn't have anything to do with it but sit there. That's why I thought it was weird. That's why after a while I was starting to think maybe I've known too much. Maybe someone was going to take care of me.
You don't live in Milwaukee, yeah, you have.
Seriously, I went back to my hometown in St. Robert and said, I was just going to turn myself in.
What made you sign that?
I still want to turn myself in. I've just been thinking, I don't know.
Let's talk about, what type of guy was Joseph? Just an all-around guy. Good guy, bad guy.
He was
weird.
Yeah, he's weird. He's always been weird. He's always been a good person.
Sometimes.
He's a nice person and all. Like I said, he probably didn't even know he did it to her because he had.
Well, by your own admission, I mean, you said that all you heard was an ouch and a slide stop.
That's why when I was starting.
Some people are really like to hear this stuff.
I know.
So have you ever talked about?
That's why I'm starting to think maybe I don't want to assume it. I'm pretty sure he raped her. I'm pretty sure he raped her. I walked in, like I said, and stuff like that. But he was acting like it was normal.
Right.
She was in pain, crying. So, but I've been thinking on it lately. I took a bath not too long ago, and I was thinking I still have the smell.
What about all the carpet? Is there some roasting stuff in the carpet there?
I tried my best to get rid of them, but if you look around, you
Burn pretty much everything.
pretty much everything but the carpet, because that's a lot of carpet to take out.
How long do you think you burned for?
Like I said, probably a day. Like that whole night,
24 hours, right?
that whole night, and then into the next day.
Okay. What type of bag did you put bones and stuff in?
Trash bag.
Trash bag?
It was a crappy trash bag.
A gray crappy trash bag. You hid it in that chicken coop there in the property?
I'll even show you where it is.
Okay. We'll probably find it, but
Okay.
who, did you haul it over to the chicken coop? Or
The bones?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Because they were shooken up. I know she was still shooken up about
About
it.
her family, they had to have seen a wonder why there was a fire in their backyard.
They did.
What
They didn't. But her parents aren't right. Her mom especially. They're
What did you tell
trash. We were burning trash.
them?
Her dad, on the other hand, is a hunter, and he might have noticed the bones were a little different because there was hardly any bone left. It was like,
You got fire pretty hot then?
oh, it was very hot.
What all did you burn?
Trash, his clothes, that gas stuff, wooden pallets,
Where'd you get pallets from?
on the property.
Have they had some?
Yeah.
Okay. So, man, I gotta think that you're feeling pretty bad if you killed
Definitely.
a pretty good dude.
Because the way I see it, he didn't know. He had mental issues.
Did you feel guilty?
I still do.
And, did you feel guilty in the killing?
Even while I was doing it, I was telling him I was sorry.
How long had she been trying to get you to kill him?
Just that day, just for as long as I could remember. She just wanted to call the cops on him. I did. She didn't. Because she doesn't like people sticking up for her. She's not that type of person.
Okay.
Her family doesn't either. I mean, his family. The only people who know.
You said that she wanted you to kill him quick and painlessly. She had to give you an example when I did this. Because if someone said, hey, why don't you kill this person, I had to ask, how do you want to do that?
Mhm.
I'm a long range shooter, so you want me to shoot him from like a mile or
Yeah.
What was her
Her idea
Yeah.
was. I think her idea was the poison. I'm not smart. I couldn't have thought of
how
that.
did she say it was? So I'm trying to think in my mind right now.
I think it was bleach.
How would I poison someone?
I think it was bleach and a mixed drink, something like that. Sunny D, alcohol, bleach.
So was it your idea to get him drinking?
No, he started drinking on his own.
Okay, so
It was just my idea to put the pills in the drink and try to get it to him, but he wouldn't drink it.
did you actually put some pills in one of the drinks?
He didn't drink it though, but yes.
Okay. How long How long was pills in the drink? I mean,
The drink might still be there.
okay.
I don't think they would have been told to kill him. I think they would have probably just put him in the hospital.
It used to be for diarrhea pills.
Diarrhea pills. Probably just
You
killed
don't
him.
have it. Is there any more?
The pills? Probably, yeah, they are. It was a small bottle, but I crushed up like 4 or 5 pills, put it in the drink.
I think that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't work. So at that point in time,
No, he didn't touch the drink. He wouldn't.
did he know, did he suspect?
No.
What I'm getting at is his sister indicated that she seen him on the first.
Mm-hmm.
And he,
I don't know about
he wanted
that.
to talk to her about something because he thought something was bad was going to happen to him. So he had to suspect 2 days prior to his death that
Mm-hmm.
something bad was going to happen to him. So what was going on?
2 days prior?
On the first.
That was probably the forced anal and stuff like that. And he knew most likely that Briana was going to call the cops on him. And then that, I think, was the same night when Devonna came out to us, Brianna's daughter, and said that she fell off of a swing. There's no swing, and she had a bruise like somewhere on her hand. And me and Isis were talking to her, and we're like, "What happened, sweetie? What happened?" And she confessed and said it was Joey pushed her off the couch.
Do you think that he's capable of hurting a child?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to
And this,
that guy.
a person who sits there and rapes someone, why wouldn't they do that?
Well, hey, everybody's got a line.
I know.
Okay, I know you've went over this with us a lot, and let's just start from the very beginning. And I'm going to not interrupt you this time.
All right.
I've had questions, but I'd like for you to go from the very beginning. And let's start from the time that him and Brianna got together. Let's make that our.
It's fine, but
Let's try to get all the way to where
we come to. Mom comes to take me back to my house. And Grandma and Isis and stuff like that, back to the family, and the search going downhill from there. We didn't know his family cared about him. From what he said, they were just assholes that hated him completely. Every part of him just hated him. Which is what we told the officer, what I told the officers, is that they hated him. And he said, "They don't love me, nobody loves me, I'm leaving." Which is where that story comes from, which is true. That's what we thought. That's what I knew to be true at the time. And his family starts calling. And I think it was the sister first. This was like 3-4 days ago. I think it was the sister first. And she's like, "How come Joey's not on Facebook anymore?" And we just said, "We don't know. He left. Is he back with you guys? Is he this and that?" And then the day before, I think Samantha came and she's like, "You guys know where Joey is?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know where he is at all." So her family comes up. But Joey's family comes up. His father, sister, the mother's in the car, and some other girl. I don't know. They didn't address her. And they're like, "Have you seen him?" You know.
I'm not going to play your guys' story, so I'm going to
Okay, that's good. I was hoping she did. The dad comes up to the house and stuff, and he's like, "Do you know where the family is?" And that's when Briana leaves. So there I am, again, left to fend for myself. And I told them the story I made up. That he just went up and left, we got into a fight. I didn't tell them the part that I told the authorities that I hit him. And that's why if they did find the blood, that's why there was blood on the ground, because I hit him. So the family starts going around putting up flyers, apparently, that's what they told us. I have one of their flyers that they gave me and they told me to print off stuff like that. And I just crumpled it up because she knew it was messing with me. The piece of paper. So she just crumpled it up and I got mad at her. And I yelled at her. I don't like yelling at her. I think the family comes by again. The second time they came by, that's when they brought the paper. Because that's when the sister, the mom, and then Joe's stepbrother was there too. His stepbrother looked like he wanted to kill me. Probably has all reason to. I kicked him out of his brother out of the house. So that's what happened. And then I think that was about 2 days ago, and then other than that, nothing else happened major. And then it led up to here.
Here's what I can do for you.
Okay.
And I'll toss out an idea on how to do this, but ultimately I want you to do it. I want you to draw me a map on this page of the road and the property.
Okay.
Then, I want you to draw me a map on the next page of what it looks like in the house, like an overview.
All right.
I'm just going to do a little scribble over here on something. If I was going to do an overview, I'm just wasting a long piece of paper. That's all I had to scribble. Now I had to describe my house. I would draw it like this. And right here, would be my front door. This is kind of considered living room area, kitchen. I'm going to make a door right there, stairs. This is a corridor. Dining room. Corridor. And there's a bedroom here. Bedroom here. How I do it. Just going to do how my house place. What I'd like to do is draw an overview of how that house place works. Part of the place. But do this large enough so we can kind of see where things transpired inside the house.
You want me to show you like where it happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first let's do an overlay of the property. Like where the road goes and how the house lies and that porch, the steps, where the burning at, where this chicken coop is. Where this other house is, where the fence was.
The chicken coop is not in one piece. It's like just the upper half with some wiring. So I'll explain that to you in a minute. You'd be coming in from.
I'll make a phone call. If you would, just start on that map, and I'll come back in here and check. Do you want that piece of pizza?
No.
I'll be right back.
parked in front of it so no one saw the flames from coming in from the road, the dirt road.
Right. That's pretty close to the road too.
But, this is this is how you get there, and then you see it, you got your highway, and you come in, and you go right about up here, there's a driveway going up to her house, that's her parents, dog places, and field.
Okay, let me take the pencil. Okay.
That's her house, and then that's the shed,
That's the shed. More of the drug pile at.
right there.
That's the drug pile.
There's two sheds, like there's one here, that's the big one, and then you have the little one which has a bunch of weeds and stuff.
You burned right in the front yard then, when my grass is mowed and everything?
Yeah. It was towards the back where her parents couldn't see it, or if someone were to drive by, they just think it was a bonfire.
Okay, this is highway, this is the actual gravel road. Now I'm looking at it, okay.
It's a lot bigger, like there's more road to cover to get from the highway, but still, that's like the initial idea. Then you have neighbor's field and stuff like that, and probably where they were weed eating, and I'll be right in the house in a minute when I talk to
I got
you.
guys in the field, and I'm the supervisor for them, so they're all,
Okay.
I get grass daily.
Alright.
It's just part of it. Okay, so this is the neighbors,
Yeah.
and this is.
They're quite far away.
Yep. This is one more fence. This is, what's this whole time?
That's where the parents breed dogs. I don't know what they do with the dogs. I think they breed them and sell them.
Okay, where's this chicken coop at?
Oh yeah, chicken coop. Sorry about that. It's literally probably a good 6 feet away.
Okay.
And it's not. It kind of looks like a building, and then you have the chicken coop itself, which is probably like that big, and it's just knocked over, weeds growing all over it and stuff like that.
Let's use a small circle to indicate where bits and pieces of this body is. Like you had to chase down dogs.
Yeah.
If there's a body part there on the property or on the neighbors or wherever you get to eat it from or where it's still maybe, let's put a little circle.
The heart, I didn't find. So it would probably be either on the other side of their fence or on our part. Okay. A piece of rib was over here. He would have been right over here, at least a good 10, 13 feet away. He was a little bit close here. I don't know where that piece went though. That one's in my egg heart.
Did anything get down over here with parents pretty dog?
Not that we know of. So he might still be somewhere out here. Maybe even in the field, because like we said, coyotes and.
But the main portion of what's left is in this little chicken coop, isn't that great?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that great?
Okay. Anything else that,
You want me to draw out the house now?
yes, well, let's just, use a different sheet here. Let's throw on the house. And what I'm looking for on this is the room layout,
Okay. Where it happened?
where it happened, where you stabbed him, where you laid there with him,
Okay.
where you tied him up, where you drug him out.
We just drug him out through the front door. Well, as our trailer.
Or not, like,
Trailer. It's one of the, well, wait, what?
like modular, kid homes.
No, it's a trailer house.
Okay.
I might have made it too big. Oh. You got your front porch, and then your stairs that go down right here. And your back porch, which is, we should have driven up from there, but there was a lot of stuff, family stuff.
There's a lot of fence there too, or something, maybe. We should all follow the house there.
Yeah, because she has a couple dogs, like in that area, like the fence. You have your shed right there. You have one that's way off over here. We were originally going to put him on a ladder and then flick him out there and kind of gurney him, but there would have been blood on the ladder.
Let me ask you this. One of the text messages, and I'm not going to play you and Isis, stories against one another, and that's not what we're here to do. We're just here to speak the truth. Not to take the old lies for it. But there was mention of a ladder, and that Bree checked the ladder.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, what was that about?
The ladder was because we were originally going to put him on the ladder. He was on the ladder initially, and he started leaking through the sack, the sleeping bag.
Okay.
So we probably
You
would
want to
use
use it like a gurney to carry him, or?
Yeah, we were going to use the ladder as a gurney originally, and I told her to check the ladder because there might be blood on it,
Okay.
you know, stuff like that. Got your fence. That one. Right, it was not that, it was right in here where the burn was, Kyle. We took him.
Where's the
I'm not trying to get a house.
We're going to do the house, let's just do the inside.
This is not the right. Okay, the porch would be more right there, okay. So your doors,
If you need to start on that piece, you're going wrong with this up.
I know, okay. You got your doorway, it would be right here. Got your living room, which leads into the kitchen, which would be here. This would all be the kitchen if it was labeled. Okay. Have your shelf, the counter right there, table, kind of the hallway right here, which leads out to here, and you get the stuff. We bring up trash from here, put it out there to burn. This is where the rape happened. Would have been in this room.
What is that?
That would be the master bedroom, her
Let's
bedroom.
label that.
Okay.
And that's where you walked in and sit down,
Uh-huh.
right there. Or having sexual intercourse.
Yeah. And then, okay, great. Bathrooms. Okay. I think this was Riker's room. It's right here. And then Devonna's was the biggest. So, boys' room. Girls' room. That'd be too small. I'm sorry.
And you're fine.
But anyway,
Is that open between, I'm assuming,
with the kitchen and living room? Yes.
that's the living room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's all open? Is that like a shelf or something?
Yeah. The shelf is built into the wall that separates it.
Okay.
And there's a little plate you peek through and, alright.
Where was he standing
When I killed him? Yes. Alright, here's the couch, probably right there.
Okay.
It was right here in the
Where did you
kitchen,
set the knife down that you picked up to stab him?
right here.
Okay.
And the quarrel happened in the kitchen, but he was going throughout the house, like I said, ripping stuff up, pictures,
Mhm.
photo albums, kids' toys, throwing everything around, going in the master bedroom, doing the same. And then he started telling me what he was going to do with my family, what he was going to do with the kids.
Which made your decision a lot easier.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I would have done it. Even if he sat there and did that in front of me, I would have done it until he mentioned my family. And so the knife would be right here. He was swinging it, like I said, I got onto him and stuff like that. The quarrel was right here, me and him. He walks in. I trail behind him a little bit. I have to do it.
Was he looking at you when you started saying, or did you just stand around him? Did you ever turn him burst into him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was gonna put it in his back, but I didn't know if I would hit bone and, paralyze him, because I definitely didn't want to burn him alive. That would be inhumane, so.
But how long after before you killed him would you take set out and use some writing?
Before I killed him,
Mhm.
I didn't plan on it. We were thinking of, mostly, was thinking of like taking him out to the woods or something.
Okay.
I didn't even have the intention to kill him at first. I was just, like I said, I was just gonna beat him up, break a bone or two, or call the cops or something like that, but nope. I went to go grab the knife, and then I followed in behind, grabbed him by the shoulder. I'm left-handed, so I held the knife with my left hand, and right there, in the stomach.
You did it twice, right? Twice.
The second time, he was on the ground. The second stab was in the ground.
Okay. Would you say this is the blade?
Yeah.
Did you thrust in like this? Or,
Mhm.
or did you have...
This.
What was the second time when you was on top of it?
Second time was that bad.
Okay.
Definitely like that. That was when he took it out and stuff. He was moving around with it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and then after that and stuff, I just held him. He was right here, propped on me, and I was holding him like he was a little kid, and I just telling him how sorry I was. That he just didn't give me a choice. So that happened right here. They pull in, car and stuff like that. They enter through the back. They're expecting, Briana was expecting him to be.
off to Isis Schauer.
Mm-hmm. I was I don't know what this room is. I don't think that is a room. No, it's not a room. There is a supply closet that goes right here though, so
Right.
that's just the hallway.
Okay.
They come in, I'm sitting on the chair, right here, just shaking in my boots basically, go into the, anyway, the bathroom would be right here in the girls' room, kind of, in that area. I think it's in between both of the rooms, but I went to the bathroom and kept vomiting over and over, going back out to see if, hopefully he's still dead.
When did you find out what he was after you burned and hit the body? Was it the same day, the 4th? Was it the 4th when you all finally left that place and didn't come back for a while?
Yeah.
When did you go back to check on things the first time? Was it the next day?
I don't think it was the next day, I think it was the same day. Might have been the same day.
Oh, so you did come back the same day.
Make sure everything was, burning and nothing was lost. Nothing was lost at that point, he was still burning. Only problem was the head was still in one piece, so it's morning time now. Like I said, it fell off, kind of rolled, at least a good, a couple inches. Had to puke then too.
Just enough to trip the hell out of it, sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, it just tripped me enough out that I did it, but to see it sit up and then the arms move, and that's why at first I was thinking,
Was he dead?
yeah. I'm
You
like,
think it was dead?
I knew he was dead, but it's just part of me. Yes, I don't know how to check a pulse, but he was cold as ice. Like it was probably 2 hours till we went to the burn.
Have you started to get sick yet?
Rigor mortis, yes. When I went to move him and stuff, a little bit to situate him and get him in the bag and grab him by the legs, and I felt like pus or whatever come out of the joints. So that was kind of gross.
Right.
Had to puke then too.
This is grandpa Jeepers.
Now, Deputy Douglas, that's a pretty lengthy interview, and it stops unexpectedly at the end. Can you explain possibly why that happened?
That somebody around it could have done it by mistake.
And that system works off motion, correct?
Yes.
And so if you're still long enough, it could stop recording as well.
Yes.
Well, you walked out and during that, and what were you doing? What did you walk out and do?
Went to apply for a search warrant.
Okay. And that was for the residence, the murder scene, right?
Right.
And I previously showed you and left with you some exhibits, 2 through 15, I believe. Do you have those in front of you, some photographs? Yeah. Will you go through those and kind of see if you recognize them?
I've got all the 24.
And generally, what are they as you're going through them?
There are photos of the scene and the residence.
Of the murder scene?
Yes.
And when you say residence, you're meaning the residence where the murder took place, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, 2 through 15, are those true and accurate copies of the things you saw and depictions?
Yes.
So from 2, it's some decking, the outside deck of the trailer, correct? States Exhibit 2.
Yes.
All the way to number 14. Those are all items at the house, right?
Yes.
And then 15 is a Walmart receipt found at the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and those are all true and accurate. Did you take those photos?
I don't believe I did.
But they're true and accurate as you were there, and you're actually in some of the photos, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You know, the state offers and states exhibits 2 through 15 for admission to the record. You want to go, sorry. Hand me 2 through 15. Oh. You already did that.
Your Honor, we have no objection to
The 15, yes, sir.
15.
I'll admit those.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state requests permission to publish, starting with 2. All right, Deputy. So you had the interview, and now you went to the scene, correct?
Correct.
And so you have a little awareness of what you're looking for,
Yes.
right? Why'd you take this photo? What is this photo?
It's at the front porch on the trailer.
Why'd you take that photo?
We took the photo because you mentioned the bleach that was poured out on the front deck.
Somewhere they're cleaning up the murder?
Yes.
Okay. And how about the next photo, 3?
Yeah, same thing.
These are the steps, the front steps, as he depicted, is dragging Joey out of the house, correct?
Yes.
4. And what is this?
It's a ladder that we found on the property.
Is it the only ladder you found on the property?
I think so.
Why'd you take this photo?
because he told us that he tried to use a ladder as a gurney.
Okay. 5. This photo?
Yes, this is the living room of the trailer house.
And why did you take this photo in this sense?
It showed that they attempted to clean up some blood.
And when you came in, is this exactly how the house was?
Yes.
So there's that Clorox cleaning, the scrub brush, the vacuum, etc.
Yes.
Okay. 6. And why this photo?
We're showing the cleaner and the scrub brush.
Okay. 7.
That would be blood stains in the living room carpet.
Okay. 8.
That would be one of the samples that we took.
And this is you cut the carpet and you're retaining it, correct?
Right.
Okay. 9.
Same thing, it's showing the carpet and the hydraulic.
And what is that red mark?
Blood.
And why is it not depicted on the top?
Sorry.
Why do you not see it at the top of the carpet?
Looked like somebody tried to clean it.
Okay. 10.
Duct tape that was found on the kitchen counter.
Okay. Now, in this first interview, there was no mention of duct tape. Were you aware of any mention?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, so what prompted you? Do you recall? Why did you take that?
I don't remember why we took it.
Okay, but you did take it. You thought it was important enough in your experience that you took that photo.
Right.
Okay. I believe we're at 11.
It just shows a thing of bleach on the counter.
And you had heard that, so that's why you took that.
Right.
12.
And a knife that we located on the top of the refrigerator.
Do you believe this is the murder weapon?
It possibly could be.
Okay. 13.
It was a empty bottle of, I believe it was diarrhea medicine.
The pill bottle you were referencing,
Yes.
correct? Okay, but there's also some alcohol in there, but
Right.
it was an empty medicine bottle.
I believe so.
Okay. 15.
Into the,
Oh, yeah, good. 14. Sorry, 14.
yeah, it was a butcher block type thing that we located in the kitchen. A couple knives in it.
Okay. And does that? And then 15. Sorry.
Yeah. We located a Walmart receipt in a bag on a table in the kitchen area.
Now, previously, the defense and we just admitted that that's the same one that you were present when they offered Defense Exhibit 400 with Garrett Moore.
Yes.
And he talked about had camera fuel, marshmallows, that things. Does that match that one?
I believe so.
Now, is that everything you did that day, or did you start seizing items?
We seized items as well.
Okay. Let me move that box down, or vice versa. Yeah, could he step down? We're going to go through some evidence, this box.
That's fine.
Deputy, if you'll come over here, you might have to speak your voice, increase it. So, we have State's Exhibit 36. There's a box of evidence here as we go through. Trying to do this. State's Exhibit 36. What is this?
The knife that was on the top of the refrigerator.
That was the one that you took in the photo on top of the fridge, correct?
Correct.
I believe that was State's Exhibit 12. That's the actual physical knife. Did you seize it that day?
We did.
Did you show it to the defendant? Did you ever show it to the defendant?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I'm going to walk through this. How about State's Exhibit? Ladies and gentlemen. 37. What's State's Exhibit 37?
The butcher block.
And that was the one we showed the photo of?
Yeah.
Okay. State's Exhibit 39.
That's the carpet samples that we took.
So they were sent off for blood and testing. And you had photographs of those we saw just now. How about State's Exhibit 40?
Walmart receipt.
And that matches Defendant's Exhibit 400, right? 41. State's Exhibit 41.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Some charged clothing.
Now, charred clothing, that came from the burn pit.
Either from the burn pit or the bag that we found in the chicken coop.
So those are Joey's, possibly Joey's clothes. 42, State's Exhibit 42. What is State's Exhibit 42? Those are were photographed earlier, correct? State's Exhibit 43. That one's not here. That was the refrigerator. And then I think I skipped one. Sorry. State's Exhibit 38. I did skip that. And what is that?
It's the duct tape and black cell phone and a partially brown SIM card.
So the roll of duct tape, does that match what was in there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then State's Exhibit 45.
Well, this is the bubble floor.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The bubble floor.
All right. Thank you.
Amber Steinfeld.
Now, Deputy, we just went through State's Exhibit 36 to 42, and then State's Exhibit 45. Is that correct?
Yes.
And all those items have red tape on them,
Right.
right? And what does that indicate?
But it's been sealed.
And who sealed those items?
Me.
And have they been tampered with? Is there any reason there to be anything other than what you have?
No, they've been opened and resealed a couple times.
And you've kept that chain of custody, is there?
Yes.
Okay. And the state's offering State's Exhibit 36 through 42 and State's Exhibit 45. And that's going to be admitted to there.
Which, we clarify which exhibit had the phone and the SIM card?
45. Or no, 38. It was 38.
So 38 is the one with the phone and the SIMS card?
It has that in there, but the duct tape was the big piece.
Okay. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, those will be admitted.
Did you say no objection? Your Honor, thank you, Your Honor. Now, Deputy, I just want to clarify the buccal swabs in State's Exhibit 45. Those are the ones Marie Lassiter took, right? And you took custody of.
Yes.
And you sent all that off for testing with the FBI.
Yes.
And you sent off most of that other evidence for further forensic testing with the FBI, right?
Yes, we did.
And we're not going to get into that because there's some stipulations between parties on it. So, but let's go back. So you gather this evidence, and then what do?
On that day?
Yeah, sure. And so you're out there. Do you come back to the department? Do you interview someone else?
Yes, I believe we interviewed Briana Calderas that evening.
Okay. Do you interview the defendant again?
I don't believe we did that day.
Not that day. Do you interview him another day, though?
Yes.
And why do you want to interview the defendant another time?
I was just asking about some of the things that we found.
And let's be clear, you didn't interview him the second time. You personally didn't interview him the second time on September 20th, but on the 22nd, I believe it is, you interviewed him, or maybe the 21st.
Yes.
Okay.
We've been the third time we've spoken with.
And you weren't in the second interview.
Right.
Did you have any knowledge that that was going to take place at the time?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And so the third interview you go into, you're on with all this new evidence. that you've seen at the scene, correct?
Right.
Is there anything that the scene now you need to clarify with him, you personally?
Yes, I asked him about the duct tape.
Okay, so you're going in there already saying, hey, I need to ask about the duct tape. Anything else?
I don't know.
Okay, I understand. So, did you give any other evidence that you needed to clarify with him? I mean, you said you did some other interviews. Did you want to bounce those off with him as well?
I don't remember specifically anything. I'm sure it was.
Okay. Interview number 3. Approach the witness, Your Honor.
You may.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 34 and Exhibit 35. Do you know what State's Exhibit 34 is?
And it looks like a copy of it.
The third interview
Yes.
with him? And is that a transcript of it?
Yes.
Now, on this interview, the same thing. You didn't stay the whole time, or did you stay the whole time? In this?
No, I came in about halfway through.
Okay, so the initial part is Deputy Davis.
Yes, and James said.
Okay, and then you come in because you wanted some information, right?
Right.
Go ahead. Okay. Your Honor, the State's going to offer State's Exhibit 34 and 35.
Your Honor, as you know, we have a pending motion on that. I think this would be a good time for an afternoon recess, and then Mr. Berrigan would like to address that motion upon our return, I believe was the plan.
Okay, let's take about 10 minutes, take up the motion.
All right.
You can be seated. Let's go back on the record.
Yes, sir, Mr. Church.
Make sure we get a copy of this. Now, before you get started, wasn't there some that you guys are kind of agreed on?
I think that was the first tape, Your Honor.
Okay.
So we've heard the
Well, Judge,
agreement.
there was on this one.
I mean, I went through and highlighted what I believe were their, and if Pat wants to point out their specific objections.
The other-
In their motion, there was.
Judge, I think we can agree on other crimes evidence not coming in. The only other crimes evidence that's mentioned are these allegations about another murder that's allegedly committed with Mr. Vrba's uncle. It's complete nonsense, but that takes place in this transcript as well as in transcript 2. I think it'd be easier, frankly, to go chronologically, if that's agreeable. And I'd ask the court to start on page 4.
Page 4 of the transcript?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry. I didn't get the exhibit number.
Are you in interview 2?
No, we're interview number 3 we're taking up, Judge, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's my understanding, is that this prosecution witness was not present in interview 2, and he's going to deal with interview 3, which was just marked. I'm sorry, I just don't have the number in front of me. Oh, here it is, 35. So we're talking about exhibit 35, state's exhibit 35.
It's on page 4 of exhibit.
Page 4, exhibit 35.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, which would be interview 3 of Mr. Vrba. 2/3 of the way down the page, you'll see Deputy Davis. What about the stuff you threw in the pond? The girls said you threw some stuff in the pond too. These girls we're talking about, that's Briana Calderas and Isis Schauer. Mr. Vrba, by the way, denies throwing anything in the pond. And that discussion ends on the top of the next page. And I'll admit it's fairly innocuous as things go, Your Honor. But it's clearly a violation of Mr. Vrba's Sixth Amendment right. And I'd suggest we cut out, if we want to look at the lines, line 19 on page 4, all the way to line 5 on page 5. You want to take these up as we go, Kevin?
Yes, I would prefer
That would make most sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Judge, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Judge, the first statement that Deputy Davis says, he asked him, what about the stuff you threw in the pond? The girls said you guys threw some stuff in the pond. Mr. Berrigan is right, he is referencing a statement of something else, but, you know, I believe the police are allowed, and they're not lying here, these girls are saying things, but the police are allowed to plant false information. We got your fingerprints, we got this, we got that. They're in the other room confessing, that kind of thing. And that's what I would liken this to, especially when he first asked him just off the blank, what about the stuff you threw in the pond? He denies it.